while my pooch chews up his new toy, I'm here to give you the latest on the mass animal death list update. This is September 17th, 2019. What you're looking at right now is part of 605 million metric tons of dead fish. Can you even wrap your mind around that? 605 million metric tons of dead fish. A fish kill. This happened in June of this year in the Philippines. And I'd like to read you a part of this article. But what I'd like to say first is, in some of my previous videos, I've told you about the food crisis that we are potentially facing. Every time I see an entry of this magnitude, I think to myself, we are going to be in real trouble. This fish kill happened at Cage fish farms in the Philippines, the Batangas, and it represents $42.9 million worth of tilapia. I'd like to read you part of the article. Over 605 metric tons of tilapia have died after being hit by a fish kill in Tal Lake in what the Department of Environment and Natural Resources dubbed as the worst crisis faced by the fish cage industry. I've said I'd like to skip down here because this article doesn't make any sense. They called it the worst fish kill ever. But the department said the latest phenomenon is not expected to affect supply and prices. The public is advised that it merely comprises a small percentage, and while they should continue to check their fish purchases for freshness, there's no cause for alarm in the market. Luna said in a press statement, adding that mortalities don't even reach 25% of a town's total production. Okay, it continues to say that the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources issued warnings on Sunday that the lake's dissolved oxygen was dangerously low at 2.8 parts per million and advised fish cage owners to move their cages or harvest early. It continued to decline in the following days. It said the lake's dissolved oxygen was dangerously low. By Thursday, about 200 metric tons of fish were dead and floating. In afternoon inspection, Luna found out that around 33 cages still had floating dead fish waiting to be hauled to the shore and buried, as the newly dug mortality pits were at or over capacity. What they are not telling the public, because I believe they don't want to alarm the public, is that 605 million metric tons of dead fish doesn't just represent dead fish. It represents the fish that will not be reproduced in the coming years ahead. It represents a shocking statistic that's happening across the globe, and that is mass animal deaths occurring all across the globe at an alarming rate. So with that, I'd like to now continue reading from where I left off at in my last video. Would have been in the beginning of June. And I will skip ahead a little bit because there are so many entries that I know I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. One thing that I would like to say also about the mass animal death list, we're not just facing the possible extinction of animals in the wild. We are facing the loss of animals across a wide spectrum. We're facing the loss of animals that are in our food chain, that are in commercial food industries, such as the fish, the tilapia that I just read the article about. But additionally, we are experiencing new species of animals appearing on the mass animal death list in areas of the world that I had yet to see the mass animal death accounted for. Okay, so I will continue. June 6, 2019, thousands of fish dead due to a heat wave in a lake in Lanfrier Park, Louisiana, America. June 7th, 2019, hundreds of dead fish floating in a river for Pommern, Germany. Once again, I apologize for the pronunciation. I'm not familiar with all of these places. June 8th, tons of dead fish float in a lake in Chennai, India. June 8th, mass die-off of fish washes ashore in St. Petersburg, Russia. June 8th, thousands of dead fish found in a lake in Florida, America. June 8th, 75 dead gray whales wash up during recent months along the west coast of America. June 8th, dozens of monkeys dead due to heat wave in India. June 9th, hundreds of dead crabs found on the coast of Tuxpan, Mexico. June 9th, 80 plus dead turtles found since January in Veracruz, Mexico. June 10th, 15,000 birds killed due to avian flu in Mexico. June 11th, 600 ducks have died in Bangka Regency, Indonesia. June 11th, thousands of dead fish wash up in a lagoon in Kulon Progo Regency, Indonesia. June 11th, many birds dropping dead in Campbellton, Canada. June 12th, 60 plus dead seals found washed up along the coast in Alaska, America. I just wanted to take one more moment here to once again explain to you that each of these entries have a link at the end. I'm trying to find my cursor here, sorry. Let me zoom out again. Okay, let's see. I think you can see it. The end there. At the end is the link to the actual news story that these entries have been linked to. And if you just click on the link and pull up that news story, it'll give you the actual news story and event when it happened. It'll give you the date and time in which the story came out. Okay. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit for time's sake because there are so many of these. I have to be able to read enough for you to hopefully follow along. June 16th, 2019, 2 tons of fish die in a lake in Da Nang, Vietnam. 2 tons. June 16th, thousands of dead fish wash up in a lagoon in Maricao, Deodoro, Brazil. June 17th, hundreds of dead fish washing up on a beach in Timbuktu, Colombia. June 19th, 300 dead and dying dolphins wash up since February. The experts were baffled along the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico in America. Once again, I'm going to have to move this up a little bit. You can go back, follow the link, have a look at it yourself. June 20th, 973 pigs dead from swine fever in Saravine, Laos. June 22nd, 28,000 chickens killed due to avian flu in Changjui, Taiwan. June 22nd, 167 dead gray whales have washed up this year in Mexico, from Mexico to Alaska. Once again, zooming up here, I've got to continue scrolling this list up. Thousands of dead fish wash up in rivers in Mount Mellick, Republic of Ireland. That was June 27th. Hundreds of dead fish turn up in a lake in Orlando, America, June 27th. Tens of tons of dead fish in Mella River in Italy, June 28th. July 23rd, 40 tons of fish die in a river in Trois Tien Thu, Vietnam. July 3rd, 74 dead dolphins washed up this year along the coast of the Ukraine. Skipping ahead again, July 4th, 100,000 fish have died in a river in Van Toi, Vietnam. July 4th, 320 tons of fish die suddenly in Sragen, Indonesia. July 6th, hundreds of thousands of mussels die off the north coast of California, America. Skipping ahead again. July 13th, hundreds of dead fish wash up in a river in Frontera, Mexico. July 13th, thousands of dead fish appear on a beach in Escuintla, Guatemala. July 13th, large die-off of salmon in Norton Sound, Alaska, America. July 14th, massive die-off of fish in Fujian, China. July 14th, thousands of fish dead in a lake in Kintamani, Indonesia. Skipping ahead once again, there's just too many to read now. This list has grown exponentially year over year. 24th of July, 2019, die-off of seagulls along the Ottawa River, Canada. July 24th, hundreds of dead fish found in a creek in Iowa, America. Found in a creek in Iowa. July 24th, thousands of dead fish wash ashore on beaches in Almada, Portugal. What I wanted to say about these incidents, these are not isolated to our oceans or our seas. These are in our rivers and now in our creeks. They're in our lakes. They are everywhere across the spectrum, as I stated before. July 24th, thousands of dead fish wash ashore on beaches in Almada, Portugal. July 24th, 40,000 pigs killed due to swine flu in Rus, Bulgaria. July 25th, tens of tons of dead fish in a reservoir in Java, Indonesia. July 27th, 100 tons of fish dead in a fish farm in Nong Khae, Thailand. Skipping ahead again. July 30th, mass die-off of birds mysteriously falling dead from the sky in Somerset, England. July 30th, dozens of birds fall dead from the sky in Kaliningrad, Russia. July 30th, hundreds of dead fish and eels found in a canal in London, England. July 30th, hundreds of baby turtles found dead in Svalbard. I'm sorry, I'm messing up now. Apologize. Hundreds of baby turtles found dead on a beach in Quintana Roo, Mexico. July 30th, 200 plus reindeer found dead in Svalbard, Norway. Jumping ahead again. August 1st, 2019, 2,500 cattle dead due to drought in Putanando, Chile. August 1st, massive die-off of krill and mussels in Alaska, America. August 2nd, 32 dolphins found dead this year along the coast of Tuscany, Italy. August 3rd, 20 whales dead after another mysterious stranding in Iceland. Skipping ahead again. Here's one for you, Jarmo. August 5th, thousands of fish found dead in Lake Rautalampi, and I know I'm not pronouncing it right, Finland. Skipping ahead again. August 6th, 10,000 chickens killed to avian flu in Ba Huy Von Ta, Vietnam. August 7th, thousands of dead fish wash up in a reservoir in Utah, America. Skipping ahead. August 11th, 5,000 tons of dead fish in Dong Nai River, Vietnam. August 12th, 15,000 plus cattle due to drought in Uzaluma, Mexico. August 13th, thousands of dead fish appear in a reservoir in Villalba de los Perros, Spain. August 14th, my birthday, thousands of dead fish appear in a reservoir. I read that one already. Sorry, there's just too many. August 14th, 50,000 fish dead in a fish farm in Penang, Malaysia. August 14th, 44 cattle found dead in a wildlife reserve in Nepal. August 15th, thousands of dead fish wash up on a lake, Ontario, Canada. Skipping ahead, August 16th, 11,000 plus birds dead and dying after a hailstorm in Montana, America. August 17th, large die-off of salmon in Alaska, America. Once again, skipping ahead. August 18th, 25 penguins, turtles, and seals found dead on beaches in Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil. August 18th, thousands of cattle dead due to flooding in Mumbai, India. 22nd of August, 100,000 pigs killed due to African swine flu in the Ukraine. Skipping ahead. August 23rd, 40 penguins, bars, dolphins, turtles, sea lions found dead on beaches in Santa Catarina, Brazil. Skipping ahead. August 30th, 250 sheep killed by lightning in Jumla, Nepal. Skipping ahead. August 31st, thousands of dead fish wash up on a beach in County Donegal, Ireland. August 31st, 200 sheep killed by lightning in Rahura, India. Skipping ahead. September 4th, 100 million pigs dead due to swine flu in China. September 6th, 2019, 4.7 million pigs killed due to swine flu in 63 provinces of Vietnam. Remember what I told you. These are not just animals in the wild. These are animals in the commercial food industry. They are part of our commercial food chain. They represent our food chain. September 9th, 9,000 plus seabirds found dead along the coast during the last 2 months in Alaska, America. September 10th, 5,000 pigs killed due to swine flu in Hungary. Skipping ahead, September 12th, 2019, die-off of salmon causing collapse of salmon fishing in British Columbia, Canada. I'm going to read that one more time. September 12th, 2019, die-off of salmon causing the collapse of salmon fishing in British Columbia, Canada. This mass animal death list is updated and created by a person who has been doing this for nearly a decade. Each entry is verifiable with a link. It doesn't matter what you think, your beliefs, your religious viewpoint, your political viewpoint. It does not matter. These are the facts. These are the facts as we found through actual news reporting. This mass animal death list includes entries about our bee population. If you scroll to the very bottom of the list of 2019, which goes on and on and on, as I said, it's grown exponentially every year that this list has been continuing to be updated. And at the bottom of the list of 2019, if we can get to it, you will see a listing for every year since 2011. Every year this list grows exponentially, but every year this person continues to update, and I continue to make these videos to update, to give you information. The only thing I can do is put this out there. At some point, I hope, with all of my being, that I can reach more people through my videos. I don't see much response, but I'll continue to do it. I only hope that if you find this video, that you will read this, you will take this into consideration, you'll pass this information along so that we can get more and more people to understand the critical point in which we're reaching here on this planet. The critical point that we're becoming quite aware of in our food chain. I thank you for listening. If you do read this, please pass this on, share this information, share the link. Thank you very much. Good day.